Hey, manifestors. It's Paula from the 411 on manifesting. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday, everybody. So I am on a road trip to Yellowknife and I am in my car. I bought an SUV car bed that I put my seats down in my car, and it's like an inflatable little bed, and it has kind of another part that goes down sort of in the passenger seat with little like weights so that you're completely flat. And honestly, I just woke up not too long ago, and I'm not quite awake yet, so I sort of figured I'd shoot this little video. But it was really, really comfortable, like really comfortable. So I just wanted to tell you about my road trip because it was actually really, really interesting. Just out of kind of Peace River area, there's some forest fires going on. And so I'm taking this like Highway 35 all the way to High Level. That's like my first stop where I am now. I'm going to get on the road quick and head to Yellowknife. But I stopped in Peace River to see a friend, Rach, if you're watching. She just opened an amazing metaphysical store, healing kind of area in Peace River called Transitions. So, of course, I had to stop and shop. And it is a beautiful store. Like, it's absolutely amazing. If you're in the Peace River area, you really need to do yourself a favor and go check it out because it is an absolutely amazing store. Anyway, so I was leaving Peace River and I put my GPS on. I actually went and grabbed some road snacks and a kombucha and kind of fueled up and put my GPS on. And I knew that Peace River to High Level is about 2 hours 45 minutes, say, and it was like, I don't know, 2:30 I guess when at that time. And so I put my GPS on, and all of a sudden it came up and said it was 4 hours and 55 minutes away, and it was taking me another route because there was a fire just outside of Manning, Alberta. And the smoke was like really bad. There was like no visibility whatsoever. And I was like, oh man, like, oh crap, that's a long way. But I mean, it was 2 o'clock. I was still going to get there by like, say 8 o'clock. So I did that. I went that way, and I kind of chose to look at it as a bit of a better way, that I was like, well, it's a road I've not been on before. Maybe I'll see something cool and kind of do whatever. So I start to take this alternative route, which was sort of down like this other secondary highway. And I'm telling you, it has rained. I stayed at my friends Stacy and Dave's last night that own Spirit in You, and I left their place at like 8 o'clock this morning. So it literally was raining from the time pretty much I left there until I got to High Level last night, which is great. It's great. But anyway, so I'm taking this longer route. And I haven't seen any wildlife yet. Like, I really haven't seen anything. I think I saw like a deer. So in a half an hour span, I saw 2 bear. I saw what I think was a badger, but it might have been something else. So I just sort of caught out the corner of my eye. I saw a coyote. And then I went up the top, like I went down in this valley, and then I came up the top and I saw 2 elk. Because I know that elk are like always in kind of higher elevation. So that was such a treat to see all that wildlife in like this short little span. So anyway, I'm driving along, and all of a sudden my GPS goes bloop, and it goes, make a U-turn. So I'm like, I pulled over and I put on the GPS again for High Level. And of course it wanted me to go back the right way, which was the quicker way, because the highway opened. Like instantly the highway opened within a half an hour of me taking this route. So for whatever reason, the universe decided that I was to go down this alternative route in which I saw all this wildlife. And that's really one of the reasons why I like to go on these trips up north, is because you just see so much wildlife, and I'm connected with nature up here, and I just absolutely love it. So I kind of pulled over and I was like, man, I don't know. Like, what if something happens between now and then? Like, I don't know, like, what if they close it again and I go all that way and I have to turn around? And so I called my ex-husband, who is a trucker, and he has been up this area lots. And of course, he got on Google and looked at the, Highway 511 Alberta map and everything. And he's like, well, it looks like it's open, but you can only go 50 kilometers an hour because of smoke and everything else. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm just going to go. So I turned around and I went the proper way and I got to Manning. Everything was fine. Still raining, like raining hard, but like, it's still, can still drive and all that. And I went through where the fire had jumped the highway and they had it under control. It was still kind of smoking in some areas, right? And there was a lot of burnt. Like, you could see quite deep into the one side of the highway where the fire had gone pretty good. And typically, when there's been a fire, you don't see any animals because they run, right? They run for other shelter and just other areas that aren't burning. And so I don't really expect to see a lot of wildlife. And honestly, I'm probably not going to see any for a while until I get out in Buffalo Range, because it's controlled bison areas around here, which means that they're fenced in until I get kind of past like Enterprise, and then they're sort of on the highway. But had I not like taken this alternative route, I wouldn't have seen any wildlife at all. So that was just, sometimes the universe just works in ways like that, right? And it's just so freaking neat. I just love it. So yes, I made it to high level, and Alberta, the prairies, we've been on fire for like the last month, and my heart goes out to those that have lost their homes or been displaced because of the fire. But the fire brings on really amazing things if you choose to look at it like that. Number one, smoke is really cleansing. And a lot of people don't see that. And especially when, the smoke kind of rolls in a lot and, there's some breathing challenges, things like that. But traditionally, Indigenous people use smoke to cleanse. They, used fires in their teepees. They used fires outside for different dances and rituals. And of course, sage burning, like smoke can be very cleansing because it actually washes the air. That's what smoke does, is it washes the air away. And I really never understood that until I listened to like a documentary today about just smoke cleansing and what fire sort of brings to the earth. But there's a lot of plants that stay dormant for like 20, 30 years. And as soon as a fire goes through, all of, the ash and all of the mineral that's in the burnt and decaying tree that's left, all that goes into the ground, and it actually brings these dormant plants to life. So fireweed, for example, fireweed is a really, really good one. Fireweed only sprouts and grows where fire has burned through. And fireweed comes back every year, but it doesn't come back every year when it only comes back when the soil is rich with those nutrients. So that is something kind of cool to know about a fire, right? Is that you only get certain plants, and these certain plants only bring certain animals around. That's how animals come back after fire. So there was a lot of, if you want to choose to look at it, fire isn't devastating in that way. Again, if you're displaced because of a fire, if you've lost your home, obviously that isn't good. But in nature, fire can be a gift. It gets rid of the old to bring up the new. And I just really, really liked that kind of aspect of it. It just sort of gave me a really new outlook on it. So fortunately, there are 0 fire bans, I guess, sort of towards Fort Smith and the Wood Buffalo Park. There is some activity down there that they're monitoring. But for me, just heading straight north to Yellowknife, there aren't any fires at all. And the weather looks to be absolutely beautiful in Yellowknife. I am at the Yellowknife Farmers Night Market on Tuesday, and I've been checking the weather every day because I don't have a tent, so it's on my table. But it looks like no wind, 1% chance of rain. That hasn't changed, so I'm super excited about that. And I really wanted to just So to hop on, I was driving all day Sunday yesterday, and I was like, I haven't filmed anything. I thought I might do it when I get up, just before I get out of bed. But there's a lot of mosquitoes here, so I'm just sort of quickly gonna empty out my front seat into the back, get myself in order here, go to Tim's, get a coffee, get a bagel, get on the road. I hope you have a really, really good Monday. I think I might throw in maybe another little Yellowknife clip on the channel, possibly at the night market, just because there's so many cool vendors and different things there. So yeah, I'm going to do that. But I hope you have an amazing Monday. You know, if you have any thoughts or anything to sort of say about smoke cleansing, about fire, kind of, you know, the life that it sort of breathes back into Mother Nature, into the planet, let me know. I would love to hear about it. It's just, again, it's all perspective, right? It's sort of just how you sort of choose to look at things. But yeah, anyway, have a wonderful Monday. If nobody tells you this week, I love you. Thanks for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I would love some likes on this video. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Okay, bye.